All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mind Your Business Monday. I'm your host, Arletha, and I am rocking solo today. I have some special guests with me, but my sidekick ain't here today. So, Mind Your Business Monday is sponsored by On Point Alliance, where we specialize in a diversified scope of services with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary services. To learn more about what we do and how to partner with us, you can scan the barcode at the top of the screen or go to onpointalliance.com. Let me get that up there for you guys. Onpointalliance.com. All right. So, Mind Your Business Monday is designed to be a compass for business owners. So, we want you to tackle the week like a boss every Monday here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, which is a compass for entrepreneurial growth. So, you can level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs or authors or just different business professionals who have been there, done that, and you can glean from their wisdom for both personal and professional leadership development. So whether you're just starting out or you're an established game changer already, this is a compass for you. So if you like how that sound, again, please go follow us on all of our social media platforms and remember to click the notification bell so you know when we go on live. So y'all, when I'm by myself, I just jump straight in here first. I have these two amazing ladies with me today. I have Miss Rabia Hogans as well as Diane White. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you feeling?
Hello.
Ray, how about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm like a fish out of water when I'm on here by myself. So I'm gonna need you guys. Hold the sister up. Hold the sister up. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about just they are part of my anthology collaboration. And we are getting close to the wire. All submissions have been made, deadlines been hit. Now we are in production. And so it's like all the authors like, whew, oh, like we got past their part. And I wanted them to come on and just talk about their experience of stepping out, giving their voice a voice, and being heard, and most of all, hearing their story. Because in the process of us um, documenting everything, these authors went through some changes and they had to relive some of those experiences that they went through, and they could see it. They pulled me in on the journey that they were that they went through, and so I can only imagine how they were feeling inside. Even upon me preparing for this anthology project, I got emotional because I felt the weight of the responsibility of guiding them and helping them navigate in a way that they could first of all be proud of and that they can live with, and that they can stand in boldness and walk in their power concerning their submissions. So we got two brave authors here today that want to share with you their experience, so that way if you are an aspiring author or you are afraid to tell your story or you don't know how to tell your story, you're not the only one. You're not alone. I sat in you all seat. I sat in their seat. That's why I was one of the reasons I was able to help guide them and help them produce some powerful. Oh my God, I can't wait till y'all read it. Some powerful submissions. So today we have Rabia Hogan. She is the CEO of Variable Professional Solutions. And we have evangelist Diane White. Okay. And she is an evangelist under the leadership of Terrence C. Coleman, correct? Am I frozen or is mom frozen? I think she's frozen, guys. Can you hear me? All right, it's okay. Hopefully she will go. If she can hear us, you can
I
go
can
off.
hear you now.
Okay, if you freeze again like that, it's a long delay. Just go off and pop back on. I'll let you back in the room. Okay. Sometimes it's got to reset.
Now, now
All
you're freezing.
Okay, I think it's your internet. Rabaya, am I freezing to you?
Not on my
Rabaya.
side. No.
Okay. So I think it's your
Can
internet.
you, I
So
can hear you.
if it okay, so if it does it again, just go off and come back in if it's like a long delay. All right. So Bishop
Okay.
C. Coleman, correct? You're under his leadership at Greater Pentecostal Church? Yeah, my go ahead and go off and come back. Yeah, that's my godmother. So yeah, if I slip out and say mom, because I don't call her
Oh,
by her name. So I'm
okay.
so I gotta bring that in. All right, so many of you may be wondering what is an anthology. Basically, it's a collection of literary pieces of various authors who share a chapter on a project. Okay, give me 1 second here. There we go. So maybe she can come back in. So it's a collaboration of stories, and we will be releasing more details on this project as we finalize a few things on the legal side, and that way we can share with the world. And so today, I just wanted Rabaya and Diane to come and just pour into you guys and encourage you, let you know that if they can do it, you can do it. Give me 1 second here because I'm not used to navigating. Hey, Deletta. All right, I'm trying to give her time. So while she's coming back on, Rabaya, can you share a
Yes.
specific moment or experience when you personally faced a significant fear or self doubt as an author during this process? And how did you overcome it and find courage to give your voice a voice?
Well, I guess they call it writer's block. In the beginning, I was very I was thinking, I can't write my story down. I don't know what to do. Then when I started to do it, I kind of was doing too much. And so I wrote it, I wrote a lot down. What helped me to get over that hump of how to compose the story and put it together was when I submitted it to you and you helped me compose it properly where the story was getting told but it wasn't as wordy and it got to the point and it was more in a story format where it didn't sound like I was just talking to say a friend. It sounded more like for a larger audience.
Okay. I remember with your doing your submission, and because you have so much to tell, that seemed to be one of the big challenges. Like, what part of my story do I tell for this project?
Right.
And so I would encourage
Mhm.
any author who is telling, right, regardless if you're writing a whole book or if you're just doing a submission in let's see, she's coming back. If you're just doing a submission in a collaborative piece. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let her get situated. Regardless if you are doing a collaborative piece or if you are doing a whole book, you got to stay focused. And first of all, what is it that you want to tell? Then what's relevant, because we can go on chasing rabbits and talking about all the things. I took a left, I made a right, and all these pieces and never really getting to the meat of your story. So we're staying focused on what is the target goal of what I'm about to share. And if there are any key players, uh are you comfortable saying who, if this is a thing of you could say who they are, or you may have to rename them, change he to her or her to him, or whatever you need to do to feel comfortable without slinging mud if that is not your goal. So I would tell every author to just know what it is that you're wanting to talk about and create an outline of events, or order of events. Okay. And in that order of events, again, what's relevant in this piece? What are some defining moments in this particular incident in my life or moment in my life, and then pull from there. And so we were able to put everything down, track back, sort out her thoughts, and then she was able to have a create and carve a clear path on the direction she was trying to go regarding her story. Would you agree?
I agree, and you helped me do it because, like you said, I had so much to tell that I was all over the place trying to fit all of them in there, and you were able to help me pull out one of event and splurge on that event.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that event for this particular project.
Yes, yes. I think she's trying to come back in. Device now, they said they need to connect their mic and cam before I can add them to the stream. So I don't know if you can hear me, Diane. Make sure you connect your mic and your camera. All right. So the second question I want to ask. So many aspiring authors struggle with the fear of judgment and criticism from others. How do you navigate through this fear and find the confidence to share your writing to the world? Do you have any tips for our listeners who may be facing similar challenges?
Wow, that's a deep question. Um,
Need me to repeat it?
you said, well, you would
So,
like to know
so
what,
a lot
how
of
to,
authors may be afraid of judgment or criticism from others from telling their story. Somebody hearing their story and criticizing them. So, how did you experience any? Did you
Mhm.
experience any fear of, if I say this, a particular person may be offended, or I might get sued, or something like that? How did you navigate around that fear of?
um, two
uh,
well, 2 points, two points. I didn't want to. Portion of my story was a friend introducing me to someone, and I didn't want to put that person on front street, as they say. So I had to critique it where you taught me how to critique it where I was introducing the friend, but changing the friends, like you said, gender or the friends, yeah, their gender or um you were just presenting them in a different light where it was soft, where no one, it wasn't talking about them specifically, a specific individual. It could be
You can't
anyone.
track back. You couldn't trace back. Oh, this must
Right,
this must be
exactly.
talking about this person.
Right. Exact. Also, the religious aspect, I didn't want to offend. I made sure the way it was worded, I didn't want to offend the religious background I was coming from and going into, or vice versa. So I wanted to be careful about the way I presented that aspect of my story.
And we were able to write your submission in integrity, tell the truth, and at the same time,
Right.
again, I refer to it as we didn't have to sling mud to get your point
Right.
across.
At all.
Because we wanted you to remain the focus of this story. There are going to be
Exactly.
sometimes you write and you have to really set a foundation of key players, right? But in this particular
Mhm.
focus of this project, we're focusing on something that these authors overcame that they are so proud of, and telling us what specifically they overcame, and what was their process like. So that's what this project was. So she had to make references to some of the things of her past, including people in her past, without putting the attention on those
on the
negative things and those, you know, different individuals, and she remained the superstar of her story. Okay.
mhm.
So next, vulnerability plays a crucial role in expressing one's authenticity. So how did you embrace vulnerability in your writing journey, and what impact did it have on your creative process and your connection with your readers?
Well, the way I overcame it was uh, okay. I had to accept it. Um, I accepted to myself, but it was a different type of acceptance when intro- I was allowing other people into my world, and how do I want to present that? And
Did you feel
eventually,
vulnerable?
yes, back to being more vulnerable because I
Hold on, I'm sorry, it's
had
breaking up.
that
I think you.
portion to understand. Yeah.
Hold on
Okay.
1 second. Try it again.
Mm-hmm.
Try it again. Go ahead.
For them to understand my, can you hear
Yes, I
me?
can hear you.
Okay, for them to understand my story, I had to humble myself and be vulnerable in order to let the story flow. But at the same time, I was a humbling experience for myself because I had never shared with audience or other than myself. So yes, it was I had to relive, and I had to relive, especially being vulnerable in a different aspect. It was a very different experience.
Listen, so y'all heard it first. Y'all getting the tea. Okay. Probably one, two, three, four, five of these authors have never shared their story with anyone. One of them shared their story with their spouse, but that's it. Never have written before, never told anyone. One of them spoke with a counselor, but never telling their story to an audience. So you guys are going to get first dibs, first hand on these strong, resilient, determined individuals who refuse to allow their circumstance define them. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right,
I
so
am.
so a collaboration can be a powerful tool for authors, offering support, fresh perspectives, and creative synergy. Can you share an example of collaboration that helped you overcome those fears along this process? And how did this collaboration enhance your ability to do so?
Okay. So the first part, can you ask me the first
Yes,
question
yes,
again?
yes. Just being part of this collaboration, how being the community that we've built, how did
Mm-hmm.
being part of this community help you with facing those fears?
Well, there is a person. Well,
Hold on, it's breaking up. Give it a
I'll
second.
say this. No,
Hold on 1 second, Rabia. You're breaking up, babe. Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
Knowing that knowing that there were other individuals who also had a story helped me to not feel so scared like I was the only one. I didn't feel like I was the only one. And it's they kind of we kind of embrace each other, and they made it a lot easier to just go ahead and tell a story and let's do this. But if I had not known them, got to meet them, it would have been I would have been in a box all the way till launch.
Yes, I'm really big on community. I'm really big on a community. We had a kickoff party where all the collaborators got to meet each other, get a feel of each other's personality, and just hear how awesome the other authors are, that they're privileged to share, to be on a project with each other, and so me reading all these stories and helping them walk through, y'all, like, it was heavy. Some of these stories, and when I tell you, so heavy, and being able to pray and ask the Lord to lead and guide me through that, guiding them through, and being able to release all of that. Oh my gosh. I mean, a couple of times I had to stop reading and take a break. It was that heavy. And just to see how these individuals came out on the other side left me scratching my head, like, and everybody accrediting and attributing to their them overcoming to the power of God. That's what's so awesome. That was not a requirement to be in this book. And every single person had to acknowledge, had a defining moment where Holy Spirit spoke to them, or they had an encounter, or something happened in the spirit realm that they were able to hold on to and navigate them on the other side of what they were dealing with. So I can't wait to be able to go more into detail. I think we have maybe another week and a half, before we can start going into details. Things are still in process, and but we got a lot to share with you guys. We have a lot of behind the scenes footage. We our photo shoots, just us in collaboration with one another, and this is going to be powerful. This is going to be powerful. And I really do encourage each one of you, if you have a story to be told, build up enough courage to go ahead and tell it. It's not as difficult as it may seem. If you know other authors, if you know other writers that could give you some advice. Even when I first wrote my book, I actually went online to the public library, and they had a free course, a book writing course. And I took that course on top of reaching out to two ladies that were in my city who had released and launched their book successfully. I reached out to them, and sure enough, they poured into me, gave me advice, gave some referrals, and I was able to produce my book, Encourage, Strengthen from Within. Let me go ahead and pop it on up here. Yeah, I have to remember that I'm navigating the ship and not Travis. So, Encourage, Strengthen from Within. It's a book that directs you and provokes you to challenge what you believe. And because what you believe should dictate your behavior. Perception is key. What's your perception on a thing can determine how you navigate through it. It can it can affect your fear, your courage, all with a distorted perception. So it's going to make you evaluate the issues of your heart. Some of those things that you think is an issue is not the issue. It's going to help you get to the root of the issue. So you can scan that barcode there. We have a hard copy as well as the ebook version of it on Amazon. You can buy the hard copy directly through from me by scanning that barcode. But yeah, I remember not having a clue. Matter of fact, I didn't even. I'm not still. I wouldn't consider myself a reader. I read when I have to. Oh, I see Diane is back. Let's try it again. There she is. All right. Can you hear us okay? I think you gotta turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. Let's see. Gotta unmute. Can't unmute it because
Okay, can
they
you hear me
chose to.
now?
Let's see. There you go. We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can
Okay,
hear
can you hear
you.
me
Let's
now?
see. There you go. All right,
Okay.
guys. We apologize for the technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
So there's a delay. Whenever you talk, wait 7 seconds before you say something else. Okay? Oh man.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. All right, hold on. Let me get that down. All right. So we're gonna give this a try. I don't know if the delay is way too bad, but let's try it. So Diane, I'm trying to give it a pause to see if I'm gonna echo. So did you face any
Yes.
did you face any anxieties in the process of delivering your story? And would you share with them what those anxieties were and how you overcame them? What those anxieties were and how you overcame them.
Do I really have to?
Yeah, you gotta help the people.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Do I really have to? Oh my goodness. I did. Yes, I did. See the above. Almost to the point where I'm too much that I can but because Orly, the what first because of God speaking to him, and you be the stand the fear and the intimidation and realizing what this was going to do and what the cause, what it was really for, that helped me a whole lot. So I conquered the fear and the intimidation and everything that was trying to stop me from going with this collaboration, this project. Everything was stopping this collaboration.
Okay. I'm trying to let the delay. All right. So I have another question for you.
I think there's still feedback.
Yeah, I don't know. I think next time you guys come on, if you're on your
Yes,
computer,
ma'am.
maybe using an Ethernet cord instead of Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That'll help with the patchiness of the
Oh,
network.
okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we had to
Okay.
Ethernet cord instead of using Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. Technical issues happen. Hopefully, they can hear what we're saying and it ain't too bad. So, anyway, what would you say would be a highlight for you during this process?
Me?
Diane,
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
yes. I said, what would you say a highlight for you would be during this process? Like one of the most memorable moments that stood out to you, that in a positive way.
Like one of the most memorable moments that stood out to you, like the in a positive, like
Forward, being productive, getting things done, being productive and progressing, progress, seeing moving forward and knowing that I'm not stuck. I progress, productivity.
Okay, yes. You were very diligent. You had some things to fight through, and you did. Came out swinging, and got your story together, and everything was just amazing. I'm trying to see if Travis was able to
Thank
hop
you.
up.
Thank you so much for putting that so mind.
Say that again.
Thank you so much for putting it so mildly.
We made it. We survived. Mm. I wish more authors would have been able to come on tonight. Some of them have previous obligations.
Tell you.
Huh? What you say?
We are
Okay.
definitely survivors.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. A lot of other authors wanted to come on, but they had previous obligations and things that they teach classes and things like that, so they couldn't hop on. But I look forward to you guys getting to meet all the authors. We do have a gala that we are in the process of organizing. So you guys will be hearing about how to support and possibly come to the gala. Team. Yes, put on your glad rags, okay? And come and have fun with us as we celebrate these amazing authors. I mean, you're talking about fun, food, live entertainment. We're gonna have a mini concert by yours truly, the Travis Kent, my boo thing. Hey, mm, mm, mm. I haven't heard him sing for real, like in a long time since we left St. Louis. So he's gonna do some live entertainment. We're gonna have praise dancers. It's gonna be nice. This is gonna be nice. So, guys, please be listening out. Once the authors secure their special guests, because it's limited spacing. Once they secure their special guests, then we can open up to the public. You guys to support us. Okay. All right, Rabia, did you want to add anything before we get off of here today?
I'm sorry, you said that I want
Yes.
to add anything?
Yes. Rabia, did you want to
It's
add anything?
breaking
before
up. Not
Hold on
not
1 second. Mama Diane, mute yourself until it's your turn to talk. Yeah, because I think the echo is
Okay.
coming. Yep. All right, go ahead, Rabia. Can you hear me?
oh, so what was the question that you asked Mom?
Which one?
You asked her
You asked me
the
to tell you the
last
question.
question.
The last one, what was a highlight for her during this process? What was a highlight, a defining moment
right.
during the process for her?
Okay. Right. For me, a highlight, a defining moment was I know I talked about wanting to do it, but then after when it was actually here and it was time to do it, it was like, is this real? Is this happening? And it just began, and that was a big deal for me because it was a long time coming. For my story, so me, so it was almost like, is this real? Am I really getting this out? Finally.
It's so funny because we use Rabia's story. We did what do we want to call it? A reading, and we used her story as an example. And when I tell you, she was in tears, and it was almost like, who they talking about in that story? They ain't talking about me. And
Right. Right.
yeah, so we were able to capture that moment for her, and just help her realize how amazing she is, and how strong she is, and how resilient she is, and how bold she is, because she had boldness had to rise up in her to overcome those things that she mentions in her story. And we will be doing official interviews that will be posted on different outlets for you guys to get more in depth. There are going to be 30-minute interviews, so she can then go into some of those moments that's not even mentioned in the book, where she can, go a little more in depth as to what she encountered and what she felt and what she overcame. So yeah, absolutely. Um, Diane, it's so weird calling you Diane. Diane, do you have any last words before we get off? You got to unmute yourself. Can you hear me? Or are you frozen?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, I can hear you.
So did you have any last words before we get off?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you repeat that again for me?
I'm going to say something different. Encourage any authors or aspiring authors that are listening. Give them a word of encouragement or a tip.
I want to encourage them by saying, no matter how hard it may seem, stick to the plan. Use all that you have and keep it moving. Don't give up. There's no room to give up. Just the course. Stay the course. Stay the course. And believe in you and know your worth. That's more important. Know your worth. Trust God all things. You can do all things strengthens you. And know your worth. Stay the course. Don't give up. Because up is and you're cheating yourself.
Mhm.
All right. Rabaya, any words of encouragement or tips?
I I challenge everyone who has some type of event to we're always taught like to wear your skirt and just to move on and just go through, to actually reflect on it, get it out, whether it be through Arletha's projects and projects to come, or through any type of collaboration, to actually face that that experience, face that fear. Um, it'll help you. It'll encourage you and help you further your all your endeavors. It's almost like a burden lifted. So I encourage you to make sure you get that out. Look into yourself and get out, release whatever's holding you. You might even realize that it is. Release whatever's holding you and release it to the world. Actually, let it go and move on with your life, and it will be beautiful.
The last part you said let it go and release it to the world. And what else did you say? Because it kind of broke up.
Oh, I said, and a life will be beautiful, or it'll be a beautiful thing for you. So it'll make your load lighter. You may
Okay.
not actually realize that it's a burden until this moment, until it's released.
You
So
know
I
what? That's a good
encourage all.
point, Fire. You said something right there that holding it all in, you don't realize how much of a burden it is until you get it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And even for me, somebody's phone ringing. Even for me, working with all these different personalities, working with all of these different people coming from different walks of life, their experiences has framed some of their personalities and some of the characteristics that uh, I had to experience, and being able to remain in a place to respond versus reacting to what the meltdowns and the cries and the anxiety, being able to grow with them, because it definitely stretched me. It definitely stretched me and caused me to, first of all, I thought I went through some things. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I wouldn't trade places with not now one of these authors. Do you hear me? Okay, that ain't minimizing my situation. However, when you hear somebody else's story, you wouldn't want to trade. Your situation don't seem as bad, and so
Mm-hmm.
appreciate. It made me appreciate my upbringing, my mother. When you're a young girl and you got a mama that plays no games on no given day. I wasn't a bad kid, but it was a lot. You don't understand why you can't do this, why I can't go there, why I got to do this. My mama, I thought, now as a kid, I didn't know anything about prophetic, but I thought my mom was a psychic when I was a kid because she knew everything. Like you can't sneak and do nothing. You gonna get caught, and she will break your legs. You hear me? And so I didn't play with my mama. And so, of course, I didn't like a lot of things. But as I start to see girls around me and some of the stuff that they were involved in, some of the heartaches they was dealing with, some of the situations they found themselves in, I couldn't help but to think about that. That's what my mom was talking about. And so the other Mother's Day, I just, in reading some of these stories, provoked me to just acknowledge that. So often we hear, as parents, as fill-in parents, we hear all the negative, that things we didn't do, what we should have did better. But the question is, what did I do right? Did I do anything right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how much right was involved until you hear some other people's story. And
Mm-hmm.
when those things are not your portion, you can sort out some good in your situation, no matter how horrible it may have seemed. And so
Exactly.
I had to acknowledge my mother. I had to acknowledge her because a lot of people do give me a lot of compliments and, oh, you this, you that, baby. that Miss Janice Robinson played no games. So it was a lot that I had to do, and it framed who I am today. And yeah, me giving my life to the Lord and me learning how to forgive and release and move forward. Because guess what? Ain't no perfect person. Ain't no perfect. Some people may feel like they got perfect parents. So I ain't gonna say that, because some parents, they have a wonderful relationship with their children, but they not perfect human beings. Those two people just found a way to work together and love each other who in the way that they are and know how to handle each other. Not everybody has figured out how to do that. And so
Mhm.
me and my mother having a good relationship, and it's been thriving for some years now, being able to see her. She didn't have nobody to talk her to through things. She didn't have nobody to work with her through situations. She had to figure everything out. As an adult, I understand that. And listening to some of these people's stories and looking at these different situations, I can't help but to thank God for my mother and all the hardships that we experience, and no matter how uncomfortable it may have been, right? So you guys reading
Mhm.
these stories, not only do I want it to encourage you that you can do it, but maybe it'll help you drop some weight when you realize it could have been worse. We say that all the time.
Mhm.
We say it all the time until sometimes we see it, hear it, or experience it and really, really, really process. It could have been so much worse, you know, and
Mhm.
hopefully it helped you release people who have hurt you. It helped you release people who have mishandled you. Not saying you got to go be buddy buddy with them, skip down the street with them. I ain't saying that. But for you, what Rabia said, getting it out and be free and feel lighter and release that burden. So this collaboration project, y'all, I'm telling you, every inch of it has been strategic in planning, down to the color of the book, the positioning of the book, the concept of the book that I have to say is pretty unique. Okay. So it just been it had you in mind. It was, this book has been inspired by Holy Spirit, and I've done everything he told me to do pertaining to it. And how I know I'm doing what he said do, because the fruit of it, the fruit of it, everywhere I look, down to support, down to these authors stretching themselves, down to just how everything is coming together. And it's clear as day. It's as clear as I'm looking right now around this room. That's how clear I see the vision. So each one of you who pick this book up and decide to consume consume this wisdom and knowledge and encouragement, we just I stand in agreement in advance that you too shall walk in your freedom and maintain it. That you allow the power of God to transform you in reading this book. It already done happened, but you just walking in it. You walking in the word of God tells us he's given us everything pertaining to life and godliness. And everything that we need, we already have. Sometimes we just need resources to help us through. And he uses people to help show us the way through. So moving forward, you grow through life, not go through life. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on here with me. Give me a second. Let me make sure I ain't missing anything. Big Mom. I don't know what this person is talking about, but we will not. I don't know. Um, yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, there we go. Um, So yeah, so I just pray that you guys um are encouraged on tonight, and that as you listen to this, it just make you start thinking and you pull out those notebooks. We will be doing the second collaboration. I will be announcing that closer to the month of September, where you'll be able to sign up for next year's project. And we're also going to be doing a book writing workshop. So I'll be making those announcements. I do want to remind you guys of my fingerprinting boot camp. Give me one second here. So this boot camp is for anyone looking to start a business in fingerprinting at low startup costs, flexibility, self-paced, you make your extra money. You are a solution, is a definitely a needed service. Um, so if you like a person that's looking to start something from scratch, you may have a fingerprinting business already and just want to know how to scale that business. You may be a notary and need some additional services to add to your current business. I can get you trained and certified. You may be a company that have truckers and they have to go get fingerprinted frequently. Well, I can train and certify someone on your team that you can have an in-house certified fingerprinting provider, a technician to take care of your agents or your drivers, so that save you money, time, and resources. So go to our website on onpointalliance.com to learn more about our courses. And I just have to pop this up, guys. Give me one second. Yep, there we go. So I want to kick a shout out to all of our collaborators, those that were not able to join us tonight. We have Deletta Higgins, we have Travis Kent, Mike Evans, of course, the lovely Diane White and the lovely Rabia Hogans. We have Shalina Tinglin and Charlotte Douglas. This is our lineup for this anthology. And so we will be sharing with you guys ways to support them, ways to purchase the book from them specifically, or you will be able to purchase this book on any outlet that sells books. So this will be a global distribution on this project. All right, guys. That's all I have for right now. I can't think of anything else. Again, don't forget to go and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Let me get the barcode back up there. You can scan that barcode or go to onpointalliance.com. Give me one second here. Here we go. Yeah, onpointalliance.com. I'm trying to find the one. Travis know how to do this, y'all. Oh, here we go. Boom. I figured it out. Go to onpointalliance.com to learn more about our services, and you can follow us through there as well. So that's all I have for tonight. And everybody, please remember to mind your business. And we'll see you next Monday. All right. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
Good night.